are live, YouTube and TikTok. Welcome anybody. I don't think anybody's with us yet, but welcome if you are. This is the BatteryEvo live stream for today. If this is your first time with us, this is the deal. I'm Nick, that's Brian. We both are here in the BatteryEvo's headquarters in Los Angeles, and we are here to answer all your questions BatteryEvo. So whether you're trying to take your home off the grid and lower your power bill, or upgrade your golf cart from lead acid to lithium, you've come to the right place. Ask us anything about this and we'll help you out. And the number at the top of the screen, call that while we're live and you get exclusive discounts, lower than anything you could find online. It's only available while we're live. So be sure to ask us anything. You know, we get all sorts of interesting and informative conversations going here in the chat every time we do this. So we're gonna be keeping an eye out for your questions. In the meantime, I got some of our content loaded up. I'm gonna play it behind us. Now I got a question for those of you who are joining on TikTok. I see 7 of you guys. Are you watching on your phone? Are you watching on an electrical device? Chances are, if you like TikTok live streams, you use electricity. That's a guess I'm willing to make on the record. But you might be spending too much on your electricity. So ask us how you can lower that bill. Ask us how you can take your house off the grid. We got your back. Let us know what you need to do, and we will walk you through how to do it. Welcome. Thanks for dropping those likes on TikTok. Appreciate that. If you're just joining us as a BatteryEvo live stream, we're keeping an eye out for your questions. But let us know what you're trying to do. Tell us about your house, if you want to take it off the grid. Maybe you got golf carts you want to upgrade. Maybe you got an RV. Even an ice cream truck. We've done ice cream trucks before, so ask us anything. We'll see what we can do to help you out here. We got all kinds of green energy solutions. Welcome, G-Man. I know you got battery questions.
You got the TikTok live link?
Yep, I'll send you the link. Dude, I just saw an article that said that earthquake we had yesterday, people were feeling it all the way in San Diego, even though it was like centered here, like in Pasadena. That's crazy. People feeling it 2.5 hours away from here.
Yeah.
It wasn't that. I saw so many people on Twitter saying like, oh, this was like a really bad one. This was a crazy one. I didn't think it was that bad, from what we felt anyway.
Duration-wise, longer.
Yeah, it was a little longer than usual, but
Motion-wise?
I've had scarier, yeah, as far as the bumps go.
Yeah. Because we got the rolling ones, and then we got like the jagged, like sudden push.
Yeah.
Yeah.
satisfied.
What's
Did
fine?
you like it? like 6 volts in the papers I was working on.
Oh. So you need the batteries?
Oh, I need batteries. It's good. It's not finished.
Oh. Sorry. Sure. Oh, it's okay. You need another one? I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
Never mind. Actually, I get cropped. It's cropped.
Thanks for those likes on TikTok. Appreciate that.
I saw.
We will be playing some music shortly. In the meantime, we are just keeping an eye out for your questions. They will be rolling in. They always do. So if you are on the edge of your seat, if you don't have anything to ask, but you're on the edge of your seat to see battery questions get asked, just hang tight. It's coming. Our usuals, I know they're on the way. I know Rooster Bear. If Rooster Bear's not in front of their computer right now, they are driving at 70 miles an hour to get home so they can get on their computer and join this live stream. Nicholas Taylor says, "Hi guys, I received my Kong batteries today, but the battery did not turn on. I called support and they said to charge it. One has been charging for an hour and still does not turn on. How are you charging it? And is that just one of the batteries or is that all 4 of them? Let us know. We'll see what we can do." If you're charging just from AC, from your like 110 volts, for example, that might take a while to get it up to capacity. But let us know how you're doing it. We'll see what we can do. I got our just one battery. Okay.
Did the screen is on?
What was that?
Ask him, did the screen is on? Let us charge it.
Nicholas, is this on that one battery? Does the screen turn on when it's charging? Do you have the screen on? Are you able to see if it's charging or not? Or is it not turning on at all, even when plugged in?
What of the charger? What's the number showing on the charger?
He says 58.4 volt, 25 amp lithium battery charger for Easy Go Club Car Yamaha golf carts is the charger that he's using. So he's got a 58 volt charger.
It's okay.
Yeah, so the charger should be good. That's compatible. Screen is not turning on when he's got it charging. And it's not turning on at all. The one.
Did this showing the voltage on? His charger is able to showing the voltage on the battery?
Is your charger able to show the voltage on the battery? So when you plug it in, does the charger show you what your battery's voltage is? Is there a reset switch on the Kong? Like a reset thing on the back?
Yes.
Also Nicholas, there is a reset switch on the Kong. If you need, we can maybe point you in the direction of that. He says that his charger doesn't show the voltage, so we can't check the battery voltage. Let me find. Do we have an image that we could show of where that reset button is? Okay, we're gonna try and it's the King Kong, I believe, right? You got the 30 kilowatt hour Kongs. We're gonna point you in the direction of that reset switch right now. See if that helps. Let me see if I can find an image for you.
On the side.
Okay. let's see. I am talking to the engineer I got in the room. They're saying there is a reset switch. So let's see.
On the plug, like the network plug, next to it, like between the lights, there's a little button.
So on the here, like next to the.
The lights, signal lights.
Let me see. Can you show me on this image here? If you don't mind coming over, you might be on camera for a second.
Not this.
Wrong Kong?
Here,
Okay.
the side. There's
That you
lights.
gotta stick the screwdriver in there.
Yes,
One of those.
maybe
Okay.
really tiny.
Okay.
If I
Let
have
me.
one.
Yeah. Let me pull this up. Okay. Got it.
Another switch is like fun.
Bear with me a second, Nicholas. I'm pulling up an image for you right now. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom in here.
Damn, fool.
Let's see.
Yay! It's BatteryEvo live time!
Oh yeah, we are as live as it gets right
If
now.
anybody wants to add one of our,
Bless you, Nadine.
chargers on one of their properties, one of their business properties somewhere.
So I just pulled up an image for just pulled up an image for you. Let's
Yeah.
zoom in here.
That's not what I said, bro.
Sounds like you need the charger.
Yes, we do Spanish.
All right.
Questions you have, Manuel?
So you might see this image here. I just faded it up on screen to be a bit bigger. I'm gonna try and make it even bigger, but basically where you see on the side of the Kong here, on that where the Ethernet cables go in on the side panel, there's a small little like very small hole where you can insert a screwdriver. If about like just any smaller like Phillips head screwdriver should work. You insert into that hole, you'll feel the button press down, hold it down for a couple seconds, and that should reset your system completely. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully that works. If that doesn't work, we'll have to keep troubleshooting. Hopefully you didn't receive some kind of defective unit. But let's assume that that's not the case, and we'll try and see if that reset button works for now. Let us know if you have any trouble finding it, and we'll see what we can do.
It's on the phone
Let's
right
hope that
now.
works.
I'm gonna text him.
Yeah, Brian says that you can call in to the. He did talk to a tech support earlier. He didn't find it that helpful. But maybe you can call in again, let them know you're trying to find that reset button.
Manuel, what is your question? Ask it in the chat. It could be in Spanish. I'll answer in Spanish.
Yeah, Manuel, let us know.
Let us know. We got Tuesday energy.
Oh, it's Tuesday, all right.
Yeah.
Tuesday is in the air right now. All right, I'm gonna fade us back on screen.
Blow it up right here.
Bam, we're back.
Rock and roll it.
Nicholas, if you're having a hard time, just try calling back in,
Alright, that looks good.
and they'll help you troubleshoot over there.
No joy. That's sad.
You could potentially, when you do that live, you can do kind of like a FaceTime call, so you can just show the video. It's probably easier to check to figure out what's going on. Because it's kind of hard to troubleshoot on YouTube Live.
Okay, so you did try that reset there and it didn't work.
What is your question, Manuel? Preguntas en español. Está bien. Aquí está la morsa, the walrus.
And I'm assuming, Nicholas, that you charged up your other batteries that are working with that same charger, and I'm guessing, like, since you mentioned an hour and it didn't work, I'm guessing the other ones all did work within an hour. Let us know. I mean, if that reset button didn't work, maybe just let it keep charging for a while. Not sure how long
Got a call.
they needed to charge, but
It's
yeah.
gonna be hard to do the troubleshooting here.
Yeah, definitely call in, and you can
Yeah.
FaceTime with our tech support too. That might be more helpful than your previous call.
Yeah, in case there's any parts that need to be swapped out.
But yeah. Glad to hear the other three are working and it wasn't an issue with the whole shipment. We'll get that last one figured out. And if there is an issue with it that can't be resolved over the phone with tech, we got that 10-year warranty on all of them, so they'll swap that right out for you. If anybody else is just joining us, welcome. This is the BatteryEvo live stream. Basically, we produce green energy solutions, everything from taking your home off the grid to powering up your golf cart, making it go faster, run longer. We primarily do lithium batteries, but we got a couple other battery chemistries on some of our other products. So ask us anything. We're here, Brian and I are here to help. We're from the marketing department. And exclusive deals. I can't mention this enough.
Crazy dialogue, Nick.
Crazy dialogue.
No, monologue.
Monologue, yeah. Dialogue implies that we're talking, but it's just me right now. I'm just holding it down.
Monologue, bro.
Yeah, this is my monologue. I have only opened 2, and they are both not working. Okay, I thought that the other ones weren't having an issue. They might just need to charge for longer. They might not be charged up enough if you've only opened them and charged them like for a short period. Yeah, let us know. They might need to charge up longer. I do recommend trying to call in and get a hold of our tech team again, though. Ask for Fred. Fred's really good.
Yeah, just call in. Otherwise, we're not gonna troubleshoot for you that well. Manuel, if you're still in the chat, ask a question in Spanish. I can help you out in Spanish. Whatever it is that you need to find out.
Awesome. Let us know if that call in helps. If you do call them in, get a solution, let us know. We always want to make sure everybody's products are working to the best that they can. That's obviously, we want everybody happy. But yeah, they might. I'm far from the expert here, but they might just need to charge up for longer. Perhaps. Perhaps.
The TikTok thing?
Yeah, I put it in the creatives chat. What's Eleazar doing on Saturday? You know if he's busy?
I'm not sure.
Might need a Grom on set.
You want me to talk to him real quick?
Go for it.
Are you sure it's in the creatives? I don't see it.
Oh, I think
Did
you
I
sent
not
to
do it?
me only, Nick.
Oh,
The
whoops.
TikTok link?
Yeah, I accidentally sent it directly to Chris.
Truth Whispering is asking, I'm thinking of getting a Tesla home battery or N-phase. How does the King Kong compare? So the N-phase, I believe, is a inverter system. I'm not sure if there's a battery with the N-phase. And then Tesla home battery is an AC coupled battery. You also gotta check, Truth, if there's even any available stock. Usually the Tesla home batteries are not readily available.
Yeah, there's
Sometimes
usually a
they
pretty big
don't-
wait list.
Sometimes they don't have the inverter built in, so double check that. The N-phase, which N-phase product, I'll look it up right now, but the King Kong is a lithium battery pack, so if you already have a inverter in your home, you could just put a King Kong or a Kong with it, and then you have battery storage. So, yeah, and then you can basically do, I know that the King Kong has like triple the capacity of the Tesla battery. The Tesla battery has about 10 to 13 kilowatt hour. The King Kong has 30. N-phase, I believe, is an inverter. Oh wait, no, you guys do see one here. So N-phase has a 10 kilowatt hour IQ battery. Ours is just, the King Kong is just going to be the most battery capacity. That's pretty much what it's going to be. So 30 kilowatt hour. Do we got mods? Chris, can you check if we have mods?
I'll go check and see if Jesse's back from lunch.
Yeah, so the King Kong, in comparison, is going to be the highest rated battery capacity available. It starts at 30 kilowatt hour, and you can continue to expand to get more of it. So you're saying, oh yeah, so you're saying the N-phase, the one you're looking at, is a 5 kW. N-phase 5 kW is a battery. If it's kW, that's probably an inverter. Because battery capacity is determined by kilowatt hour, kWh. kW is kilowatt, which is usually the power rating for the inverter. So I'm online right now, I typed in Enphase, I see the IQ battery, 10 kilowatt hour, and then they got a 20 kilowatt hour assembly package. It's looking at like 25 grand. So even on a cost, price wise, the King Kong, you're gonna get the most battery capacity at the lowest price. In terms of features, the King Kong is only a 48 volt lithium battery, so it just is a battery to store energy. Do you already have an inverter in your home, or are you starting from scratch? And if anybody does need any assistance in Spanish, they do have inverters, Truth, but I'm asking you if you have an inverter, or if you know what you were planning on doing with that. You can get a 48 volt Enphase inverter and then use our battery packs to get more power storage. That's for sure. I'm on their website now. I'm trying to see what they have. What are you trying to power, Truth? What is it you're trying to do? Your home battery backup? Like, what's your end goal here? They're calling it the Enphase IQ battery. Okay, so you got, oh, I see. So you got, sounds like a deal, a heavy sun power inverter and 10 Enphase panels. Okay, so it seems kind of like, since you have those, I'm looking at the picture here, the Enphase microinverters would work best with the Enphase system. But if you're bringing it into a sun power inverter, if that's a 48 volt inverter, I believe you can connect the King Kong to it so that you can store the excess solar. I think, Truth Whispering, if you wanted to know how to do that exact wiring with what you currently have, you should call the number on the screen and let the tech know what you already have and what you were looking into, and they'll tell you how to do the wiring for you. So I have a 3 kilowatt panel system now, and I want both backup and save money during expensive times of day. Truth, where are you located? What states and city are you located in? I have 3 kilowatt panel system. 3 kilowatt, that could be 10. How many panels total? Oh, you said 10. So they're 10 300 watt panels. You got 3 kilowatts. So in a day, you're bringing in about 18 to 20 kilowatts worth of power. So when you do, so again, the King Kong is only a large battery capacity system, okay? So if you want to be able to use it for daily use to save money, you got to use whatever inverter you end up using it. Berkeley, California. Okay, so you're local. Well, you're in California, I don't know local, but.
Yeah, we're here in Los Angeles.
So if you have the inverter and the inverter has time of use settings, meaning you can program the times when you want to charge and discharge, then you can use that for daily use. The King Kong is just a 48 volt, 30 kilowatt hour battery, right? So it doesn't have any time of use settings like the Walrus or anything like that. So your inverter is going to be where you want to know all the key features. If it has time of use settings, then the solar will come in, it'll go into your inverter, and then it'll push the excess solar into the battery pack for storage. And when the power cuts out, the inverter should be able to now use the battery's stored power to power the home. And during your expensive break times, if you have time of use settings, you can program it to charge or discharge. So that's kind of what the Walrus does. But if you already have some type of setup that you were looking to do, you can use the King Kong as a large capacity battery system. It starts at 30 kilowatt hours, so that's kind of like the biggest battery we have right now. Berkeley, California, how large is your home?
They're saying LA is close enough.
Berkeley. Anybody here went to Berkeley University or no? Nobody? Wow. No UC Berkeley in here.
Yeah, let us know how big your house is. That helps a lot with determining what the power needs are. Even just ballpark on the square footage.
And then also, if you were thinking about getting the King Kong, I would say call the number on the screen. Let them know what you already have in terms of like the components, and then they'll tell you what hookups you need to use. Usually, when you get the King Kong, it comes with all of the positive and negative wiring to plug into an inverter. So that's going to be. It's usually plus and minus. Throw it into your inverter. Now, your inverter should be sophisticated enough to be able to do the time of use settings, or to do the automatic transfer switch when the power cuts out, and then the unit will just store excess solar for you. That's kind of the idea here.
Just saw a new follower, followed from the stream on TikTok. Thanks for following. Appreciate that. Anybody else out there on TikTok or YouTube, if you're finding anything that we're talking about helpful, interesting, mildly entertaining?
Okay. At 1,200 square feet, the 30 kilowatt hour battery is gonna be more than enough.
Yeah.
It's gonna be more than enough. So even if you have a power outage, you can probably go easily like maybe 2-3 days if you don't use up too much power in an emergency. But yeah, how far into this process, Truth, if you're gonna get a battery and install in your home, when were you planning on doing the install? Was it like in a week, in a month, in a day? How quickly, if hypothetically you could find the battery you love and care about, hypothetically, how quickly would you want to do this install? Yeah, you can definitely always switch the power over like automatically through the breakers. But there's probably some tech out there that you can use on an inverter that'll do the switch. So the Walrus will have the built-in. It will have the built-in. So if you decided to go with the Walrus in terms of 30 kilowatt hour capacity, we have the Arctic right now, which is at 26 kilowatt hour.
Yeah, and we have the Arctic 24 also, which is similar.
ASAP. I can't do it myself. You can or can't?
They're saying can't. So if they don't already have an inverter and they're looking for the easiest, fastest way to get this going, Walrus Systems would definitely be the way to go because it has the built-in inverter. You'd kind of have the two options of buying a standalone like the Kong and then an inverter to pair with it and hook those up together, or you could get an all-in-one system like our Walrus, which has everything you need to go.
I think he's just going based on the fact that he's already using Enphase.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So he'd have to basically be like cross-wiring stuff to try to make this work with what he's got going on. That's why I'm telling you the thing for the. He's already got 10 phase panels, which are going to have microinverters, which is already going to be the first thing that's going to make it tricky. But that's probably going into some type of inverter box, and so he just needs the battery backup. See, like he already has an inverter.
Yeah, he's got the inverter for the sunrun inverter.
Plug a battery pack to that inverter, he'll be able to store all the solar without having to do any new rewiring.
Yeah.
He just stores it, and then if the power goes out, you're right, he just needs to go shut off the breakers so that they turn on and off.
But not sure my old inverter will cope with the battery.
They should. It's just positive and negative wiring. Truth, you should call the number on the screen, tell them what setups they have. The techs work with everybody who already has inverters, so they'll tell you how to do the hookups. Just do the hookups. It's literally black and red wires. And then you connect it to a plug that looks like this, and then that plugs directly into the battery pack, and then that plugs directly into the battery pack, and then the other side just plugs into the inverter, and then all that solar just gets collected in there. I had microinverters updated. So the microinverters cannot go directly into the Walrus because those are inverters. So that's going into your solar inverter box, right? So, Truth, I would say call one of the techs at the number on the screen, and just because you called during the live, when you do decide to get one of these, you're going to be able to lock in YouTube live pricing. We're always able to scrape a couple $100 off of each order when they call in during YouTube live. So try that, and then let them know the tech you currently have, and then they'll tell you how to do the wiring for what you're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
I know you want to save money on electricity bills, and I know you want something for power backup. For sure, the battery alone will always store energy, but the inverter system is what needs to be smart enough to do what you need to do. The Walrus system has the built-in inverter plus battery, which has the time of use settings. This can go off-grid, and this can do grid-tied. So as long as you tell them what you currently have, you probably most likely need to do a grid-tied install, and then this thing will kind of handle the rest. Using this, you will need to install a sub-panel, and then calling in also Truth, you're going to be able to talk to them, and they have electricians in your area who can go do this install.
I see you're calling now. Be sure to specifically mention to them, say you're coming from the live stream. That way they know to give you the discount. That discount is only available when we're live, so make sure you mention it to them.
Yeah, YouTube Live, just tell them you watched it.
One thing, if they're looking to do the time of use savings, like, I don't know how much the convenience is worth being factored into the purchase decision, but just the Walrus has that automatic time of use to be able to You almost set it like the same way you'd set a coffee maker to like automatically make you a cup of coffee in the morning. Really think I could hook it up myself. I was thinking
I think you should call the techs and they'll tell you. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's literally, it's basically like if you've seen any of our golf cart videos where we're just hooking up the bus bar to like a pack and then a power source. It's literally just a couple cables. But you should call in. You live in Berkeley, and so, I mean, the units that we have are on wheels, so it does technically avoid the need to have to do like permits for wall mount installs like the Powerwall do. But to be honest, technically, yeah, the inverter box alone has terminals on it, and then you put in like the wires into the terminals, positive with positive, negative with negative, and you probably have like a ground, and then the other side is just an Anderson cable like this one that plugs into the battery pack, and you have battery storage, right? A lot of these installers, I mean, they try to. I mean, it's their job, right? So there is a cost associated, whether it's an hourly fee or materials or whatever. But in reality, it's a battery. It's a battery that just, positive with positive, negative with negative. The way you would install a Duracell pack, just a Duracell battery, right? As long as it's touching the terminal points, it should push power back and forth. Now, you want to find out what your inverter can do, right? That's where it's important. Now, that's where having an electrician who's done this kind of install will kind of guide you through that, or one of the techs. The techs will basically tell you, yeah, this is the inverter you have, these are the connections you'll use. Oh look, there's actually on the screen behind me, I don't know if it's delayed or not, but that was us connecting the... Wait, can you just put that video on screen?
Yeah, you want me to just loop it
just
back?
Put that. Just put that on
let me
screen.
rewind it a bit.
So we'll just put that on screen where I was literally wiring a battery to an inverter.
Alright, so I'm going to loop this video. This video is very relevant. It literally talks about the main differences between all-in-one systems and standalones and how you'd hook it up.
Maybe make ourselves smaller if possible?
Yeah, I got you. I'm going to make us invisible for a second.
Invisible.
One moment.
Alright, so Nick's going to put the part where I was connecting an inverter to the comm. Oh, actually, yeah, it was a comm, right? I don't remember what battery it was, but they're all the same. They're all the same hookups. I just think that it kind of seems intimidating because it's electrical wiring.
All right, I made me invisible. We can still see you, Brian, but
they're seeing it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know what they're seeing. I can't see. Let me just go over here.
I'll start.
It's on your screen?
I'll start it back again. Yeah.
All right, so I was hooking this up. At some point, it'll show. All right, so right there, that's an inverter. I don't know if you can pause.
Yeah.
All right, so that's paused, and so you see I'm just kind of wiring up the positives, the red wiring with the positive, and then the black wiring with the negative, and then that's it. Like that goes to the other Anderson side, and then you plug that into the battery, and then you just program the inverter to charge or discharge. That's basically what an inverter looks like on the bottom, or wherever it is that your terminals are. Why was I doing these again? Those are the communication ports?
Yeah, that was communication. Thanks again, whoever just followed us on TikTok. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull our video feed back up. Truth Whispering, glad we could help you out. If there's any other questions you have, just let us know. That's what we're here to do.
If you're watching on TikTok and want to see me pound a Topo Chico, drop what is it?
A rose.
A rose?
Hey, we
I
got
need
a
at least
rose.
10 roses.
We got a rose last time when I was playing Elden Ring, so that's the Elden Ring effect.
We got banned off of the Elden Ring. We can't play video games anymore.
Well, nobody said anything, but they definitely gave me a couple
Well,
looks.
I got a scolding after everyone left.
Did you?
No.
I was gonna say. I mean, that wouldn't have surprised me. I'm glad though. I mean, hey, we sold.
I got a scolding?
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't. I mean, we sold some batteries that day. I was doing a little gaming for the folks out there. They gave us a rose. I'd say that's peak internet streaming. I was wondering if I was gonna get in trouble for that though.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've ever played video games at work. 01 says, anyone see this? Yes, I see it right now. I'm reading it. 01 is a great username, by the way. I've never seen a username like
Oh,
that.
1. And there's a space.
Yeah, 0 space 1. But yes, we see your message. If anybody's listening, if we said anything you found helpful, anything informative, if you're listening to our Q&A, or if we helped you out specifically, be sure to drop a like on this stream. Helps us out a lot. The algorithm loves it when people like live streams, so be sure to do that for us. And also consider following the TikTok. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. It helps a lot, and we post all kinds of content all the time. Everything from how-to videos to memes. I do cartoons, all kinds of stuff, and we got some big plans in the next month or two for some very cool shoots. 01 says, can you email me the setting I need to, what does this say, to put into Samflex M inverter so I don't burn up battery? Yes, we can definitely email you that. You're talking about 3 of the Owl 12 volts. Great. Yeah, our Owls, great batteries. Love our Owls. Drop us an email address if you don't mind.
Yeah, but this is a setting I need to put into Samflex inverter so I don't burn up the battery.
Samflex.
Well, you might want to call in and see, because we don't know. I mean, at least I don't know what setting you need to put your inverter in.
Or if you can drop us an email address, I'll have somebody from customer support send you an email. I'm gonna look up the Samflex inverter. I haven't heard of that, unless you mean Sunflex.
I think it's Samlex.
What is it?
Samlex?
Samlex. Oh yeah, I found it. Samlex. Okay, let's see. You know, we just did that video yesterday where we had an Owl hooked up to an inverter. The one we shot in the showroom yesterday. I don't think it's applicable to his question, but it's a coincidence. Yeah, also, might want to, I'm not familiar with the Samlex settings, so there's a chance you may want to hit up the Samlex folks. But if not, definitely drop us an email address if you want. I will pass it along to our customer service. We'll see if we can help you out. Inverter Evo 3K units. I've figured out that it has 2 types of battery settings, one for lead acid and one for LIP. Well, we are lithium, so definitely go with that LIP setting instead of the lead acid setting, I can say that much. Our batteries are not lead acid, so probably wouldn't be compatible with those settings. LFP, yep. Yeah, definitely go with that LFP setting. All of our batteries, or at least the grand majority of our batteries are LFP. Including the Owl. I like those little owls. I need to do an animation for the owls. That's one of the ones that I haven't done an animation for yet. What do you think, Brian? Should I do like a cartoon where the owl battery turns its head around 360 like an owl does? He's in his own world.
Sorry.
I'm solo hosting this right now, guys. 01 says, how many owls can I stack on it without a problem? Do you know the answer to that one, Brian? How many owls can they parallel?
8.
8. All right, so you can do 8 owls on this inverter.
Do you know which models you were looking for? Do you know what is your electricity usage? So I can go over more details with you.
anybody's just joining us, welcome, welcome. We are talking batteries. It's a fun world of green electricity, and it's not an exclusive world. You can join in on the green electricity journey. All you have to do is ask a question. We'll tell you exactly what you need to do. Whether you're trying to take your home off the grid, upgrading your carts, we can power pretty much anything in the world with our lithium-ion power. All you got to do is ask, and we will tell you how to do it. As always, there's exclusive discounts when we're streaming that are only available while we're streaming. So the second this stream ends, those discounts go off the table. So be sure, if you're interested in getting something from BatteryEvo, call that number at the top of the screen, the 213 number, and that's how you mention the stream. I can't say that enough times. If you call in for a discount, mention the live stream, or they won't know to give it to you. And yeah, we're going to keep an eye out for more questions. Be sure to give us some likes on TikTok. Always appreciate that. We got a couple roses last time, you know. It's a simple gesture, but it means the world to battery marketers like me and Brian.
So if that one is enough, so the size, the weight is 268 grams.
01 says, I will continue to watch. Awesome, thanks 01, glad to have you on the stream. Feel free to drop us a like on this if you're enjoying hanging out with us. But just if any other questions come up, let us know. They say, does the BMS that's in the Owl have any kind of communication? What do you mean? They should, generally speaking, when you plug them in to charge them or into your inverter, you should get information like the voltage. But that also is on screen with the little, Owl has a little screen, right, with the voltage on it? Yeah. So that little screen, you'll be able to see your voltage there. I don't think it has any Ethernet cable connectivity like some of our others do. They say, I have noticed that when charged off the battery charger, there is a set of blue lights that flash. Our tech just stepped out of the room. I can ask him what that blue flashing means when he gets back in here. If you'd like to know what's up, what the deal is with that blue flash. RS485 or serial. That I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what you're asking there with that one.
See if the mods are in there. Maybe the mods can answer.
Jesse is keeping his eye out on the chat. I checked.
Remember, if anybody's watching this on the website, you don't have to.
That
jump
refers to
over
communication.
YouTube Live.
Okay,
Just call
thanks.
the number on the screen, because YouTube Live is going. If you're watching this on the site right now and you're just browsing the site and manage to see this somehow, you don't need to jump into YouTube Live. Just call the number that you see here, the 213-577-1025 number, and just tell them you're watching it, and they're going to give you an extra discount. But it can only happen while the live is going. Otherwise, there's no extra deal. So if you're on the website and you just happen to skip past it, call the number on the screen.
Cigar, the Owl doesn't have any communication cable ports, right?
No. Owl?
Yeah, Owl does not.
Yeah.
No.
I just.
No. Yeah, so there is no communication ports like that on the Owl. Name's Byron, by the way. Awesome. Byron.
Yeah, I was
Is
thinking
it Byron? Byron? I don't know. I can be kind of bad about pronouncing names like that. But yeah, well, thanks for dropping the name, and thanks for joining us on the stream. Glad to have you here, Byron.
My pleasure. Thank you, guys.
Cracking under pressure, Nick. Cracking under pressure.
Yeah, I know. It's just,
You got a couple of crazy syllables and you fell off.
it's not even a crazy name at all.
I know.
One thing with the Owl pack, I did have to take top covers off and move the Anderson plug to second position in order for the supplied charger to plug in. Interesting. I wonder if that was a little unique little unique feature of the ones that you got sent specifically. I haven't heard of anybody else having to do that. Glad you got it figured out, though. 152 people on TikTok and not one battery question over there? Come on, guys. I know you guys got questions.
I know you guys want a tornado topo.
So we get calls and customers telling me that, I guess about AI, is it? What did you do for it? Voicemail only, because people are answering and there is nobody and just hangs up. Calls customers, hang up. Call customers, hang up. You get this stuff. So we need to have one-time call, no more than
Nicholas
one time.
says, thank you guys. You're welcome, Nicholas. Hope that helped.
One time only.
It's only one time.
No, the customer, this guy says that I got
All three
twice.
were like that.
Yeah,
Charge has a
three
handle on it
times.
to facilitate
No answer, nobody
unplugging.
talks.
I
So
see,
just
I see.
2 calls and that's it. So let's do
Tech
one
is
call.
going to
They
send a
get-
charger to wake
they
them
get
up.
frustrated.
Awesome. Glad to hear they got a solution for you, Nicholas. Byron wants to know what kind of sale we have on the Owl today.
Byron, if you call in, they'll give you a deal.
Yeah, so do we, I think we, are the Owls on our 3-day sale right now, or is that the Eagles?
Passed, right? It
Yeah, I
passed.
think
It was the last one.
We had a 3-day sale on the Owls, but I think that particular 3-day sale wrapped up. Our current,
I think
we
the
have,
2X kit is at $8.99 with a 10% discount, so you can probably get them a little like around actually it'd be like $800 for 2 with a charger and the cables. The really good deal is the Owl with inverter. That's got an extra 25% discount. But again, if you call in, no matter what battery pack you want, they'll always scrape off extra money while the YouTube Live is going.
yeah, that's a store-wide thing. So anything you buy, they will take the price down for you just for calling in off the YouTube Live. Again, you just got to mention that you are watching on the live stream. Just mention I'm on the YouTube Live. Nick and Brian said that you'd give me an extra discount, and then they will. Nicholas says, great customer service. Awesome. Glad to hear they were helpful. I like those guys over there. They're good folks.
I think you're just saying that because you're watching.
No.
I think you're just saying that because there are mods. Byron, yeah, we got a couple sales. We got 10% off, 20% off, and 25% off certain Owl batteries and kits. Just go over and find one of those, and then call in right before you do decide to buy and lock in YouTube Live pricing.
Thanks for the questions. Always, nothing is worse than going live and having nobody to talk to. So appreciate you guys coming in and chatting with us. Byron says, I will look at the Owl with inverter. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, we do have that sale running on it right now. And as is the case, if you call in and get that live stream discount as well, that's a discount on the discount. You don't have to choose one or the other, they stack. So that would definitely be the way to get the most savings if you're looking to pull the trigger on that. Rooster Bear says, what's up? Rooster Bear, welcome back. Always good to see Rooster Bear in the chat. I think I even mentioned you earlier. Your name is just so memorable, and I've seen you in so many of the streams that when we first opened up, before anybody came in the chat, I was like, we need Rooster Bear to come through. So welcome. How's your week? How's your week going, Rooster Bear? You off to a good start this week?
Got some candy? You want some candy? You got some candy?
I got a couple of 3-day sales, and those are, I'm just trying to hook people up, so I'm allowing a couple of popular products to go for a 3-day sale, which is the absolute best price. You won't find those again. Those are going to continuously get cycled through. So if you're seeing on the website that I have a 3-day sale going on, I only have 3 days to offer the best absolute price. So the moment that's gone, it's not coming back. So if you're seeing that timer on one of the products that you're visiting on, buy it.
Rooster Bear says a lot better
It's
than
not coming
last
back.
week. A lot better than last week. Glad to hear you're having a better week so far this week than last week. We're having a pretty good week over here at BatteryEvo as well. off to a solid start. We got a film shoot scheduled for this weekend for an ad that I'm looking forward to filming. It's gonna be fun. You know, Rooster Bear, there's another person in the chat here. Their username is 01. Their name is Byron. Sounds like they might have a similar setup to what you got. They have kind of an inverter setup and want to run owls parallel to it. They might be grabbing another owl today. Kind of reminds me a little bit about how you got your inverter set up with the 7 Huskies. So maybe you guys got some common ground there. I like those setups. It's cool to run all the smaller batteries parallel like that. A lot of the times people go with the bigger ones like the Kongs or the Walrus and stuff. So I like seeing folks who run a bunch of batteries parallel. It's cool, very DIY. Byron, I'm gonna look for that Owl Plus inverter listing and send it to you. So they're having trouble finding it. I see Owl 2X Plus inverter kit. Is that the one you were talking about, Brian?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll send that. They might just be looking for one inverter, not sure. Just dropped a link for you in the chat. This is the 2X Kit Plus inverter. That's the one that has a good discount already on it. So if you were to get the live stream discount on top of that, that would be a great deal. But again, that live stream discount can apply to anything. So if you just need one battery, you can get a discount on that as well. If anybody's just joining us, welcome. You have the good fortune of landing on the BatteryEvo live stream. We are talking batteries, we are talking green energy, we are talking the off-grid lifestyle. We help all kinds of people all over the country go off-grid and lower their power bills, if not eliminate it entirely. So let us know if that's something you're interested in. Rooster Bear says they found out one of their solar panels was broken. That sucks. Do you know what the problem is or how it happened? Is it just from years of use, or get hit with a big piece of hail? Let us. I don't know. I don't know how likely that actually is, but let us know what happened. That's too bad. Do we still drop ship with some solar panels, or are we? Or is?
We probably get some solar panels.
Let us know if you need some more panels. We'll try and hook you up. We got some connections with solar panels, some partnerships.
What you got, David does, like, what I do with the bullet is all scripting. Yep.
Byron says that's the sale price, $13.59. Yes, that is this. Well, no. Okay, so basically, Byron, the sale price with the 20% code would be $1,087. So they're giving 20% off this 2X inverter kit. So that would be about $300 less than that $13.59 price you're seeing. And then if you call in and mention the live stream, it should go even lower than that. So they might be able to get you this kit for just under $1,000.
Yeah.
Baby, you're happy? You got
Nicholas says, just got the email of the charger. Thank you. You're welcome. Glad to hear that we were able to help. Rooster Bear says something hit it, rock or something. I bought my solar through Alt, A-L-T-E. Wow, so I wasn't too far off when I guessed that maybe it got hit by hail. I don't know what the likelihood that it was hail, but something hit it. Maybe a branch. I don't know if you got like big trees above your house or anything. That's too bad though. That sucks. So it's got maybe like a crack on it, like you can see visual signs of the impact.
Big battery, long time ago. Very good, right there, how are you? So, yeah, so, I need to know when the best time to schedule a virtual call if you want, so that way I can go over more details with you. Or even right now, if you know what is your usage, I'm happy to give you more information. Oh, nice. You're a company, and you wanna use it for your business. Okay.
Hey guys,
Do you know, what is your usage?
I just got 5 calls in a row of people saying we called them, then hung up.
That day I can let you know what.
Tell Tom.
Oh, Yeah, that was
Rooster
really
Bear
cool.
says it's shattered. Man, that's too bad. That is sad. How many panels do you have? You said it's one of them. How many? You got like a 10 panel configuration, 5 panel? I will be right back. Brian, it's all you for a minute for this live stream. I'll just be right back. Step out for a sec.
Thanks, brother. The whole thing hit it or something.
Is that because of my voicemail thing?
So now that it's shattered, it doesn't collect solar. No, it collects. No, it won't, huh? Once solar panels shatter, they don't collect solar no more. Or it's just like dangerous or what? But it's just not as. I wonder what it costs to get just the one solar panel replaced. I think it's better just to replace it versus trying to repair it. 24.
Yes. They can charge their dollars to the solar and.
Anyone's just joining this chat, you can ask any questions about battery pack that I have here sitting behind me. This is a home power unit. You can use it to power your home. You can use it to power your RV. You can use it to power your truck, your food truck. You can use it as an electric generator for power outages with your solar panels, without solar panels, lower your
Tom.
bills.
Still people receiving the call, hangs up, and everybody's mad right now. They're frustrated.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
No, it's not.
Have your email address, it's calls@neighborheads.com. Alright? Oh, see it. So, when do you think you're available to schedule the virtual meeting? Oh, good. Yeah, that's cool. So definitely, I'm going to send you the email. You're gonna receive the link. You can just click on it and try to get a Google Meet on Friday night. Thank you very much, and looking forward to talking to you. Thanks.
Alright, so Nick is gone, he's invisible. I don't even know. It's Tuesday energy. If anybody has any questions about a battery pack on how to power their home, or trying to do off-grid, or they have a utility part, or they have a commercial business, or they have something in their lives that is bothering them, confusing them, manipulating your actions, let me know in the chat, and I'll do my best to answer. If you're just like mad at your mother-in-law and you just want to vent a little bit, go ahead and talk about that in the chat. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. It's more of a suggestion. But if you do have something that you're looking to power, let me know in the chat, and then I can tell you how you could use the lithium battery pack to power that thing. Chris, can you put like the off-grid boxable homes on the screen?
There's that beautiful song. Sliding scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta have it as the ring bearer.
Oh
I
yeah.
see that whole like. It's not a big deal. That's just such a yellow image.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, in like Breaking Bad and like stuff, whenever they go to Mexico, they like color grade everything yellow. It's giving me that vibe.
To show the change of scene.
Yeah. All right. So Rooster Bear said they have a 24 solar panel setup. Nice. That's a lot of solar. Well, I guess it's 23 right now. Welcome, welcome. If anybody's just joining us, you know the deal. BatteryEvo, green energy. We're here to answer your questions and give you discounts out of the generosity of our hearts. So let us know. You got any questions about green energy, going off the grid, or the electricity grid in general? There's a lot going on, you know. Things have been crazy. We have storms in the southeast, a lot of tropical storms and hurricanes coming through right now. I saw another one, I think Ernesto, forming out in the Atlantic. We had an earthquake yesterday right here in California. You may have heard about that 4.4 magnitude that happened in Pasadena. That's right by us, so we all felt it here in the office. I heard people were feeling it all the way down to San Diego. But point is, with all this crazy weather, outages are coming. They are here. I had an outage this weekend here in LA. Chris, I think, said he had an outage last week. So this is not just preparing for a hypothetical. These things are actively happening. If you've been looking to protect yourself from outages, get yourself away from that unreliable power grid, let us know. Let us know what the size of your house is, what you're trying to do. Brian and I are here. In the meantime, I'm going to keep an eye out for questions from you guys. In the meantime, I got to text some folks about a production we got coming up, but I'm going to be keeping an eye out. Welcome, welcome. I see a few new folks joining us on TikTok. Welcome to the stream. Rooster Bear says my batteries are at 100. That's great. So sounds like that one panel being down isn't preventing you from getting your batteries all the way up. I wonder how your panel shattered. It's a mystery.
How many people are on the YouTube Live that are coming in from the actual website?
That's a good
You saw
question.
it on the website and you clicked on it and now you're here. Let me know in the chat.
Just so you know, I'm gonna set us a new TikTok link, starting it right now. When I stepped out, they made it, you know how you gotta do the like CAPTCHA thing for TikTok Live to keep it going? Did that, of course, right when I stepped out, so I gotta reset our TikTok Live. But for the hour that we did have it going, we had about 300 viewers, 1 new follower, 60 likes. It was going good. Alright, we are back live on TikTok. Welcome, welcome. Anybody just joining us? Thank you for joining us on TikTok and YouTube here. It gets lonely. Eleazar said he's going to be there on Saturday, so we're grommed up.
Grommed up. If you're in the chat and you're a Grom, let us know. Let us know if you're a certified Grom.
Is Grom like short for something, or like?
Gromulate.
Oh, okay. Or it stands for something? G-R-O-M.
Yeah. I think it's spelled G-R-A-W-M.
Oh, Grom. I like that. That's good.
Those little
Growl.
dudes from Halo, they were called the Grunts.
Oh yeah,
Like
grunts.
little. It's just like, one of those.
That's good.
Whenever nobody asks battery questions, this whole stream just goes sideways. And then we're just stuck talking about
Yeah, I know. The
nonsense.
second people stop talking about batteries, we get existential and don't know what to do.
It just becomes nonsense in here. Rooster Bear, if you're still in here, how much does it cost to replace one of those?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, Rooster Bear just joined on TikTok. I saw them. I literally saw, like, seconds ago, Rooster Bear joined. So Rooster Bear is still listening. Yeah, how much does it cost to replace one of those panels?
Manuel at the beginning was asking if we spoke Spanish. I said yes, and then nothing. No response from Manuel.
He doesn't speak Spanish. He just wanted to know.
He was just testing us.
Rooster Bear says about $200 to replace that panel.
That's kind of steep.
It's a little steep,
Throw
yeah.
it out.
Rooster
Just
Bear.
throw it out. It's a 23 panels system now.
Yeah.
Toss it out.
Oh,
What's the cheapest you think you could get a panel?
Maybe like 180,
180?
maybe. But again, he has to match it to what he has now.
Yeah, that's true. That's a
You know what I mean?
challenge.
And if it's 200 to replace it, that's about the cost of getting a new one. Like, give or take. He goes on Amazon, he can probably find one. If anybody is joining the chat and you're a local contractor, like you get city permits in LA, let me know in the chat I want to build an off-grid dwelling, but I need someone who can help me get the permits. If I can't get the permits, I can't build anything. And I go online, I go on the website. Have you guys tried doing that research? Like doing research on how to get permitting for like the local area for where you live and your zoning. Like everything is, it's like a maze. Like yeah, they'll tell you can get permits, but there's like rules. Like they'll be like, okay, what's your zoning? And then every single like area has its own zone. And then basically based on that zone, you can do or not do certain things. And then you get that information. I think you have to survey the area. And then you can go to the city and ask for the permits. And then they'll basically tell you like, yes or no, you can't do that. And then you have to go to step 2. But it's basically just like a maze of documents on the government website. And it's never clear, ever. So if anybody is a contractor and knows how to get city permits, let me know in the chat.
Hello, bros. Can you hear me?
Rooster Bear says it's a Trina Solar. Trina Solar.
Trina Solar.
I'm calling you from BatteryEvo regarding the
Trina
battery
Solar.
storage. Walrus.
If chat has to put money on who's better at chess, me or Nick, who you got your money on? Who do you think would win that chess match?
Who do you think has a more strategic mind?
Can you see if you can get one here? Let me see. Let me go online. What's your voltage and what's the wattage, Rooster Bear? What volt and wattage do you have? And let me see what we got. Or at least I can look online. I'm not sure if I have just the one. We usually sell them in, like we usually send them out in pallets.
So, might be about models.
But what's your voltage and what wattage do you have? I'll look some stuff up on the internet. Laptop open.
Can you give me a call tomorrow? You want me to share that number? Huh? The Excel has an X.
Someone just followed us on TikTok from the stream. Thank you for that. Not sure why you chose to follow at a moment where neither of us were talking, but I'm glad you did, and glad to have you aboard.
What is the reason?
Probably just because me and Brian are two good-looking guys. Oh yeah. Ow! Ow!
Oh my God.
I like the ow.
This is when we start going sideways.
Yeah, see, that's it. We stop talking about batteries for 2 seconds and we immediately go off the rails. That's how it always goes.
You know what comes next, right? We have to start
Ice
roasting
cream.
Tommy on his
Yeah.
ice cream choices.
Yeah. Then the 1,000-yard
So
dash.
try that thing though.
Yeah.
Sounds good right now.
Oh man. All right. So if you're watching this on TikTok, can you put it on the, like put it on screen or something, like
You want to see the TikTok?
put it on the
Rooster
screen.
Bear says
so-
I sent a picture to TikTok. You must you DM it. DM us. I'll check it out.
Check it out. Check it out. Are those boxables for sale, like officially, or not yet?
I think there's still like a big waiting list, but I know that they're gonna be at the next EDC maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get a room on the grounds like that, a casita.
And they'll like let you like that's the stay. Like
That's your stay. Yeah. I think
me
it's 4
open
people to
my
a room, but I don't know how
TikTok
they
DMs
control
here.
that, but- Oh, that was okay.
Rooster Bear active now.
But yeah, it's.
All right,
it's just
Rooster
a
Bear.
room, like
This
a
is what I
studio
see
with
from
balcony.
you. Officially, this is what I see from your messages. I see some very nice, friendly emojis. I appreciate that. If you sent like a photograph, that I don't see.
how friendly are these emojis?
Oh, they're friendly. Rooster Bear's a stand-up fella. We got a thumbs up, then 2 like cheering basketballs holding a flag, like
Okay.
one after the other. Then like a megaphone with confetti coming out of it, and then another thumbs up.
Nice.
You think that Egyptian hieroglyphics were just their emojis? What's the overlap here? Like as far as the function that hieroglyphs like had to society and what emojis have to society, there's an
I
overlap.
wonder what was the hieroglyphics slang.
Ooh, that's good.
You know, like all the young guys, all the young kids, just had a little bit different style. You know.
And those are like, why are you guys doing them like that? Well, that's
Like how
that's just us.
like a couple years ago, I remember like maybe like 2 years ago or so, I remember seeing a lot that everybody was like, oh, if you use the like crying laughing emoji, you're outing yourself as like a boomer. Everybody, all the Gen Z and everybody younger uses the skull emoji for like when they're amused by something
When you're
like
laughing,
that.
it was dead.
Somebody legit said that to me. They were like, if you're using that crying laughing emoji, you're basically coming across as a boomer.
Like we're old.
Yeah.
Oh, I use that at least twice a day.
It's because you got the.
I still
the
use
word
it.
is
I
like
don't care,
professional.
man.
Yeah.
Like if you're
I'm
boss texted you, you
I'm
say
right
that, you
on
don't
the
say
border,
skull.
and so are you, Brian. We're like the same age, right on the border of millennial and Gen Z,
I think so,
right
yeah.
on the very line.
I'm a chill. I
So it just depends on who I'm talking to, what I say. If I'm talking to a younger person, I'm like, yeah, I'm Gen Z. If I'm talking to an older person, then I'm a millennial.
Oh my gosh. There's no reason for Chris to have said that. Alright, so now we got a little bit of emoji 101, so don't do that.
yeah.
Facts. We're not only here to educate and inform about batteries.
Yeah, we're here to tell you about the youth.
I mean, we're a marketing department. We do
Yeah.
social marketing all day long.
Yeah.
If you got social media questions, emoji questions, you've come to the right place.
If you're on TikTok, we should put on the screen 10 likes and I'll play video games at work.
Hell yeah.
You'll go back
Yeah,
to
even
to
though-
1,000 likes and I'll play Elden Ring.
Yeah, this time there's an incentive for me
Yeah.
to play Elden
Gotta
Ring.
get a little
Yeah.
caster so you can cast home games. So
I think it's screencast, right?
You can do that, I'm sure.
I think screencast has to be Google.
Okay, I gotta message this actress before I forget.
That's fine. I wish I could drop that in my backyard.
Oh. I should drop this in my front yard.
All they have to do is put the walls up and put the screws in.
Which think it weighs?
How much what weighs?
The boxable?
Oh, 5 pounds.
Probably still less than a traditional house, but like in the tons, 1 ton. Maybe not actually. It's basically all material.
Yeah. Has anybody in the chat done anything like this where like they build their own container home or mini home or like
Yeah, we're really interested in that here at BatteryEvo, the container homes, like DIY, like prefab houses. Anybody's done that, we want to hear your story.
Yeah, if you've done one of those container homes or anything like that, let us know in the chat. Curious to know. remember to call the number on the screen if you want an extra discount. That's it, just call. Nothing else you have to do, but call the number on the screen if you want extra discounts. What do you have to do, Chris, if you want extra discounts?
You gotta call the number on the screen if you want an extra discount.
I doubt you guys heard that, but maybe you did.
You gotta call the number on the screen if you want an extra discount.
There you go.
Now he projected. Yeah, so one more time for you guys. Call that number on the screen. That's the 213-577-1025 number right above Brian's head. Call that number. Mention that. Say, hey, I'm calling from YouTube. I'm calling from TikTok. I want that extra discount. Nick and Brian said, and then they'll do it. It's that easy.
That's how it works. Yeah, there you go. Alright, see, calling text was probably the best way for you to get the information true. So I spoke with the tech and they're hooking me up with info. Seems like my inverter is only for power.
Yeah, truth whispering, if you couldn't tell, it is part of our job description to mention that number frequently.
On the screen.
Yeah. But yeah, so you were asking about the all-in-one that we were talking about. That is the Walrus system. You want to show them the Walrus? I can
Yeah.
make you bigger on screen, Brian.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so he already has, okay, so the tech we are hooking me up with, it seems like my inverter is only for power from the panels to grid. Like you need an inverter or an all-in-one. Okay, so then you have a solar inverter box, so the solar's coming in, pushing it to your grid, and then that's how it's powering your home, right? So that's where you would need a power inverter for the battery, whereas the Walrus system already has it built in. That's why people will go with this over a Kong. If you already had a 48-volt inverter in your home and you were just looking to upgrade, that's when getting a Kong would make the most sense. But since you don't have anything now, the way that the Walrus system works, it's got the inverter with the built-in battery backup system inside. This one right here has the 13 kilowatt-hour battery with the 12K inverter. We do have the Arctic, which has a 25 or 26 kilowatt-hour capacity and the 12K inverter. And so the way it works is that you're going to be able to take your grid's power that's coming into your home, wire up to your main electrical panel this battery pack. Okay, you just got to use an AC cable right here. So you're just going to need to install a port like this one here, like this one. It's just a NEMO port, and then you're going to wire up this to your main electrical panel, and then your electrician should be able to use the grid's power that's coming in from the solar and then extract it using the plug and this cable that comes included with the Walrus. So you're going to get two of these. And then that's going to plug into the AC inputs. Once that plugs into the AC input, your grid's power is going to come from your solar, go into the main electrical panel, come out through this port, wire up through here. So this is now going to charge the battery pack. Now that the battery pack is charged, when you want to discharge the battery and power your home, you're going to use the other cable that comes included. So there's two of these. You're going to plug that to the AC output, and then you're going to wire that up to your generator port, which you'll have a sub panel. The sub panel helps you reroute the energy away from the main electrical panel and back into your home. So in case if there's a power outage, you don't have backfeed electricity going back to the grid. That's usually not a good thing to do when there's power outages. So you'll use a sub panel which will be connected to your home. Any electrician can do this, and we should be able to recommend you some electricians in your area, Truth. And then you'll take the other end, plug it into the generator port. If anybody in here has done a gas or diesel generator backup for their home, it's the exact same type of install. It's the generator, it's a 50 amp generator port. You wire this into it, boom, that's wired into your sub panel, and then that's how you get the power back into your home. And then the Walrus already has the time of use settings, so you can program it when to charge and discharge for peak rates and low rates, or night and daytime. And then during the day, the panels will power your home and store the excess solar, and then at nighttime it'll power your home when there's no sun, so you're not using the grid's power. That's how you could use this in a solar grid type system. Truth, if you were looking to do a off-grid install, you would use the PV input, get some direct current DC panels without microinverters, wire that in here, and then you got free energy. That's how that works. Oh, they did find it. Oh yeah, see, so there's usually, if anybody's in this chat and they're wondering how I can install this, we have a network of electricians in the United States. So you could just call in and ask, like, hey, is there anyone in my area? And they'll find someone for you. So these things are not very difficult to install. Any C10 electrician, you could just call an electrician and ask them, have you done a backup generator install or a backup battery install? They'll probably say yes, and then boom, you just, it's a relatively easy hookup for electricians. It's just a sub panel and some generator and some ports, and then you just plug and play the rest of it. And then boom, you can store your solar. Especially in California, since the electricity rates are very high, Truth, it's very important that we try to find ways to offset that using a battery pack. I think in California, they're going to make it a law where I think everyone's going to have one. I think. So that's going to be a thing. Where if you have solar, I think you need to have a battery backup. So if you're just joining the chat, we are talking about the Walrus right now and how to do a solar grid type setup. But if you have a different use case, let me know and I can tell you how to use the Walrus. If you're not interested in using the Walrus and want to use a different battery pack or are trying to power something different, let me know in the chat and I'll be able to answer your question. If you're joining this and you speak Spanish, ask your question in Spanish and I can answer it in Spanish. We can go over anything on this battery pack. I can show it to you. I don't know how else I can help you besides those things. If you're seeing this on the website and you're trying to get a good deal, just call the number up on the screen and then they're going to be able to give you a good deal while the YouTube Live is running. Only during the YouTube Live are you able to get extra discounts. Without it, there is no extra discounts. So just call in, tell them you watched the YouTube Live. This live won't go on for much longer, so if you have questions, ask them now. Otherwise, the live will cut out. If you're watching on TikTok, who do you think is better at chess, me or Nick? Is it Brian or Nick? Let me ask, in this office, who do you think would win that chess match?
Ooh, now we're getting juicy.
Be careful
Okay.
who you pick.
Yeah, I mean, Brian's your supervisor, but I'm creative director, so you got to answer very
Be
carefully.
very careful. What do you got, Sir Dog? Chess match, me or Nick? Who do you think wins?
Who do you think wins in chess, me or Brian?
Wow. Well, I have
Truth
to
whispering.
swap cables to change from charging the battery to power the house. No swapping cables. So once it's all plugged in and wired in, you don't got to touch it no more. It's already got built-in UPS. If the power cuts out, it'll automatically turn on. You can see it in one of the videos that we have on YouTube where I switch off the main electrical panel.
Yep.
And then nothing happens. It basically just flickers the lights one time real quick, and then you're powered from the home. So there's no need to have to come back to the battery pack and start moving stuff around. You just wire it up, program it to your desired settings, and then you let it be. And every day it'll charge and discharge to how you program it. There's no need to come back and swap things out. Like ever. So, who do you got, Chris? Me or Nick? Chess match.
What's the location?
Outdoors. Nope, online. We're playing online.
Who sent the link?
Nick sent the link.
He doesn't want to answer wrong.
Alright, the answer, I got my reason too. The answer is Nick.
Oh my gosh.
Way down
If
to
Nick sent the link, if I send you the link, I would put handicap already on myself. So,
Alright.
So you think I'm playing dirty?
wait.
So you're calling me a cheater?
Oh,
Yeah.
no. It's backfired.
Alright.
Damn, so that's 2 for 2 on me winning the chess match?
Nadine, me and Nick, chess match, who you got? Wow!
Whoa, man.
Tommy?
Alright.
That's That's all I need. I don't
You know
need
what?
anything else.
I'm gonna chime in here. I agree with Tommy. I think Brian would beat me. Genuinely.
That means you two are wrong.
I haven't played chess in like over 10 years.
I'll play checkers though.
No.
That's the easy one, right?
Yeah.
Just little coins.
Jump over here. Oh,
Like, oh,
man.
you can jump a lot of them at once.
Ah. My whole team is elite. Wow.
I'm flattered though that 3 out of 4 think I would win.
Yeah.
They know I got that big brain.
That's like runner back.
Oh,
The
man.
coins.
Tommy just said me to the island. I feel so bad. Oh, man. Yeah, set up a link, Nick. I need to know now.
Oh, so you gotta settle this?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm upset.
I should screen share that.
Screen share, screen share.
Okay, you can cast it.
Let me see what I
You
can
think
do.
this is harder or easier than the boxable? Or at least
This is the ultimate like dream customization. So yeah, harder because like he's doing tile, he's
Oh,
doing
yeah.
that. The boxable, I think it's just walls, insulation, and simple plumbing.
There's a part of me that thinks that I could just do that in a weekend. You know?
With enough hands and enough grounds, yeah.
Enough, girl. I just get my one DeWalt drill. I got this. Draw, build stuff, and turn purpose on.
It has the potential to cost less than a boxable,
Yeah,
but if he's going all out, then for sure he probably went over 50,000.
that thing is sick.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, speaking of us playing games, there's a game for free on Steam called Brawlhalla. It's kind of like a Super Smash Bros. Like game. You and I could probably go versus
Like
on
2D,
that
huh?
if we want to stream games. Yeah,
It's a good
yeah.
one.
It's like 2D cartoon fighter,
Yeah.
and it's got like famous characters in it too. It's got like Rick from The Walking Dead and like a bunch of characters. So
It's got really.
you know, we could do chess. We could do Brawlhalla.
Are you just trying to avoid this match?
Yeah, yeah.
just trying to avoid
See, I'm
the
playing
chess
dirty
game.
already. I'm already trying.
I was already like, that does sound fun, and then I was like, no, eyes on the prize. Focus, focus.
Eyes on the prize, gotta win that. I mean, I'm on the record. I think that I would lose. So, we can put that to the
I
test.
don't think you mean that.
You think that's all part of my mind
I
game?
think that's what you're trying to
That's
set me up
it's all
for.
part of my strat. As I say, I'm gonna lose.
Yeah.
You know what's a side hustle I learned about yesterday? I was in the metaverse.
You were in there?
I was in there
Locked in.
Physically? Or virtually?
virtually.
Okay.
So I was chilling, right? I'm playing this one game, and then these people were talking. Apparently, this guy was telling us that he builds worlds in meta and sells them
Oh yeah.
for events. He's like, that's all I do from home. I was like,
How
I
do
didn't
we
ask
set
him,
that
like,
up, Sir Dark? Can we set up a little meta planet?
we should
Meta-
build a
meta
world.
planet. A little world inside metaverse.
That would be fun.
Let's do it. Set up
And
a
they have,
Walrus
like,
world.
And they have community guides too. They're pretty much the hall monitors. They make sure everyone's like, following the rules. They get paid pretty good.
I mean, in theory, if the demand was high enough, we could set up like a whole VR like showroom. Like, you know, we got a lot of our products, 3D models now. We're gonna probably get more over the next year. Like, we could set up a whole interactive space where you literally plug in your walrus, like in VR, pick up the cable, plug it into the wall. You know,
Oh yeah, huh?
be cool. It would take a lot of work,
Take up
but
the
it's
cable,
possible.
plug it in.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do I did a corn dog in there. I'm pretty sure we could do this.
Yeah.
You did a corn dog?
Yeah, like you get the stick, you get the weenie, and then you pour it in the batter and put it in the oil.
That's what you're doing in the
That's
metaverse?
what I was doing, bro.
How did you even get in there? You got a MetaQuest or what?
Yeah, I got one of those MetaQuest 3s.
That's
Pretty
awesome.
fire.
And you were playing with buddies or like you
It's
just
like,
found randoms?
no, I don't have any friends on there, so I just
So
go to the
truth
random
whispering,
worlds.
We're only going to be live for
People
a little
chill,
bit
hang out,
longer.
talk.
So if you were interested in picking up one of those
So
Walrus
weird.
all-in-one
Yeah, dude.
systems,
Those are just
I won't
chilling.
mention the number, but be sure to call it.
They're not putting numbers on the
Even if you're not buying today, I forgot to mention this earlier, but even if you're not buying today, while we're live is the only time they can offer the price, the reduced price. So you can call in and lock in that price if you ask them to. They can hold the reduced price for you if you want to pay later. Just a
TikTok,
little life
VR,
hack. Little
VR,
life hack
VR.
there.
was already there like talking for like the whole night. So there's this app called Big Screen. It's pretty much you can set up your own like theater. It's pretty cool. Like,
Oh, I've done that before.
so yeah, people will host rooms and they're showing like new movies in there. You can just join, and some of them are just for like hanging out. So it'll say like chill. I went in and these dudes were talking about like music school. I don't know. Everyone's pretty like the adults for the most part are like chill. There's a lot of kids on there. They're like not chill and saying like obscenities, bro. But like the adults are like they know each other for like a long time. They're like, I haven't seen you in months, and they were talking like that because I went to a karaoke one. Yo, the metaverse is wild, dude.
Yeah, get in on that. Look in the metaverse.
I've done that big screen experience in VR a few times.
Yeah.
When I was binge watching One Piece.
Oh, nice.
A lot of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody in the chat watch One Piece? Anybody want to talk Monkey D. Luffy? I'm here. We can do it. We probably will be wrapping up this stream pretty soon. I mean, we're inching closer to 5 o'clock here, which is usually when our cutoff is. Things have slowed down a little bit. Good stream, good time talking to everybody. So we want to keep it open a little bit longer, give you guys the chance to call in if you haven't yet, or to drop your question if you haven't yet. I'm going to recap for us real quick. Nicholas Taylor, we were chatting with him about his Kong batteries. He ordered from us either last week or the week before off the live stream. So we were talking about the hookup process. They're sending him a charger to help him get them going. Manuel came in, asked if we could give guidance in Spanish, but then left. So the answer is yes, we can, but we didn't. Truth Whispering have been with us for a while. We've been chatting with Truth Whispering a lot. They're in Berkeley, California, chatting about their inverter and battery setup and how they go off grid and where BatteryEvo can come in that equation. Byron, username 01, been chatting with us for a while. They hung out in the stream for a nice long time. And then, of course, the GOAT, greatest of all time, Rooster Bear, has been with us for a good chunk of time. I think right now, if we always joke about having the internal ranking system in the office of Brian's favorite employees. If we're going to do the same thing with our live stream viewers, I think right now Rooster Bear's at the top. I think Rooster Bear is holding down that first place spot.
Rooster Bear is there in chat.
But yeah, so we're gonna keep this live going for just a little bit longer. Just give you guys a chance to call in, chat into us, you know. Ask us anything. Ask us about batteries, we got you. Ask us about ice cream, we got you. Ask me about One Piece, I got you.
Ask me who's gonna win this chess match?
No, that's a controversial topic. Should we do that on the next live? Should we? All right. So next live stream,
Settling it.
we're gonna see this chess match go down. We're gonna settle the score. I wonder.
Can't practice though.
You think I'm gonna practice?
Yep. I'm gonna get on my Harry Potter chess set and I'm gonna practice.
You go ahead. You're gonna need it.
Dang, it's like that.
Alright.
Far
welcome. We got 4 people on TikTok right now. You are enjoying the beautiful sounds of Electric Joyride, which you can find on our SoundCloud. That's the BatteryEvo SoundCloud. We've got a lot of bangers there. Alright, with that song played out, I think we may have reached our time for today's stream. It's one of those short Tuesday streams, not like those big Friday streams. So we will catch you again later this week. Keep an eye out from another text from us or the YouTube alert, because we will be going live again. Thanks for joining us, anybody who did today. A wonderful live stream. I will